Crypto is gonna explode, and this pattern is gonna bring Bitcoin towards 200k in a shorter time frame. Bitcoin is creating a massive squeeze which will break out anytime soon here. We are still in some major positions, and of course we are in a little drawdown, but I will discuss in every single setup here. Bitcoin volatility index is drying up here, but what is happening and what can we expect? And we have some very important charts and news here, so please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss an update once again throughout the day, because I'm posting here literally everything. So if I see something in the market, I am posting it right away over here. When I enter trades, I will post it right over here. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and smash up the like button if you want to see daily updates videos way more often here. And so let's dive into the chart for now, because what we can see here is this is the total market cap. We were consolidating and we created a top resistance here, and that top resistance was tapped a few times here in 2024, and what we can see is we broke out of it. We retested it perfectly and we saw 100% move towards the upside. And exactly now is happening the same, because we are creating resistance there. We tapped it a few times. We broke towards the upside, we retested it, and now we expect that 100% move once again, because history is repeating itself. And that will mean that we will pump towards the $5 trillion market cap here on the total market cap. And this will, if you convert this $5 trillion, this will mean that Bitcoin will hit $200,000 or even more. If we really hit that $5 trillion, there is a very big chance that Bitcoin will hit the $220,000. And of course, this is Bitcoin, but this also means that Ethereum will easily hit 10k here and all other altcoins will explode. So this would be a very good sign, and this is something we are currently in the expansion phase of, and we are not even near the $5 trillion and near our target. So crypto is about to explode in the upcoming weeks here, and that is really good to see. But shorter time frame, what can we expect from Bitcoin here? We can actually see that we are creating resistance on the top side here and support on the lower side, and that is what we call a squeeze towards a crucial point. And a crucial point is this Friday, but I really think that we will break out even earlier here, and this is how I'm anticipating on it. Of course, I am in some positions here also on Bitcoin as well, but I'm anticipating on a breakout. This is way more risky, but I don't want to miss out on this move. So that is something you really want to keep in mind, that this is a risky position. But if you want to get a risk off position, what you can do is wait for a clear breakout towards the upside, a clear break, so not a pump and a dump, so grab some liquidity, and then a near retest towards the old resistance, flip it into support, and that is where you want to be entering your positions here. I am not shorting this pattern, so if we drop towards the downside, we can expect some cool down towards the downside, but I am closing my long position on Bitcoin over then, because I'm not shorting this, because we are such bullish, and I'm not shorting Bitcoin in such high bullish momentum. So this is my next move for Bitcoin, and if we see this playing out, I am sharing it right over on my X page. And also in my bio from my X page, you see a free Telegram group which you can join. If I open up trades, if I see something in the chart, I'm posting it in this free alpha group. I'm literally sharing setups right over here, so please make sure to follow and join this group to never miss a big move in crypto once again. And then the Bitcoin volatility index, what we can see is that, of course, Bitcoin is trading around all-time highs, and we are getting some momentum back into Bitcoin. But what we can see on the volatility index is that we are quite low here, because in high volatility times we literally tapped to 6 7, and now we're currently at 2. So this means that the volatility is still very low, which is a very rare sign to see, because always around all-time highs we have a very big high volatility here, and that is something we aren't seeing right now. So what do I expect is that if we break towards the 120, 130, 140k, that volatility will kick in then. And that is something, if volatility kicks in around those levels, that is a sign to take profits off the table, because people are buying and selling. But that is not what we are seeing right now. So I am pretty confident that Bitcoin will go up in the future, in the upcoming weeks. And that is, of course, why I am opening up such a big positions on Bitcoin here. So this is something I really want to be pointing out. And also, a very important thing to keep an eye on is this Ethereum chart. And I've been talking about this chart a lot, because we were in a range. We faked out towards the downside, and when we pumped towards the upside, saw this perfect retest on the lower side of the range, we have been talking about a move towards the top side of the range. You can literally watch my previous videos. So we have been discussing that, and we have been discussing a 73% pump here. Of course, we didn't know it wouldn't go that fast here, but for now, what we can see is that we currently are at the top side of this range, and every single time we were at the top side, we saw a massive correction towards the downside. I'm not thinking that is the case right now, that we will go right away towards the 2.5k, but it is really something to keep in mind, that you are currently at a very big resistance zone. Of course, we came to this resistance zone with some very significant momentum, but it is really something you want to keep an eye on as well. Of course, it's also around the 4k mark, and that is the mark everyone is looking out for. So I wouldn't be surprised if we front run the 4k mark and then maybe see a little pullback towards downside. But of course, we want to be seeing what we will do around this resistance level before anticipate on maybe a little cooldown. What we can expect if we break towards the upside, Ethereum is free to go. We are currently stuck in this range, but if we break towards the upside, see a little pullback towards the downside, we cleared this whole range out, and that means that Ethereum can literally move towards 10k without any problems here. So things are looking pretty well here, but this resistance is something you really want to keep in mind here. Then also the Bitcoin dominance, we talked about it yesterday, and we broke towards the downside, which is a pretty good sign. But all the way towards the downside, we have some support levels, and currently we are tapping into a support level, and we got supported by it. So what does this mean? This maybe means that Bitcoin will get some more momentum towards Ethereum and towards altcoins, and that is currently what we are seeing. But because we see a further correction towards the downside on Ethereum than on Bitcoin, Bitcoin is consolidating, Ethereum is going down, and this is why the Bitcoin dominance is increasing here. But this is something you want to keep in mind, because we can literally do this, and this is the right time to flip your Bitcoin into Ethereum and altcoins once again. So this is not a bad sign, it's a good sign in my opinion, because I really think that Bitcoin top isn't in there yet, and in the altcoin cycle you want to see Bitcoin set a really good top to get the flow into Ethereum and other altcoins. So I really think it's pretty bullish if we go up, set a new all-time high on Bitcoin, and then move towards our target of 55% or even way lower here. So that is it for the Bitcoin dominance here. And some really important rumors are running into the market right now, and that is that Jerome Powell reportedly preparing his resignation speech. And this will mean that Jerome Powell will resign from his job, and this is a really good sign for crypto, because Jerome Powell is a anti-crypto Fed reserve, and that is really good for the markets if he resign here, because rate cuts will be loading if he resigns. The dollar weakness will be increased here because it's insecurity in the market, and Bitcoin will gain strength. So this would be a very important news event for Bitcoin, and this will be very, very bullish here. So I'm keeping my eyes on this one as well. If he really resigns, this is a float gates to open about to for crypto here, and that is a really good sign. What we can see here also on the USDT dominance, which you really want to keep in mind, we were in this range for literally more than a year here. So we have resistance on the top side, we have support on the lower side, but currently we are at support, and every single time we tap this resistance we saw a move towards the downside, and every time we tapped support we saw a massive move towards the upside. Do I think that is the case right now? No, but it is really something to keep an eye on, because I really think that we maybe get something of a correction towards the upside on the USDT dominance, and that will mean that money will flow out of crypto here. So for now, what you really want to be looking for is that if the USDT dominance really gets a structure around this support towards the upside, you really want to take some profits off the table if you are in profits. And if you want to buy crypto, you really want to wait for a confirmation that the USDT dominance will go up. If we break towards the downside, that will be the most bullish thing I will ever see in crypto, because this is a really important support zone. And if we break towards the downside, we can literally dump towards a 2.5%. And that is a low we weren't at before 2021. So that is literally 4 years ago when we hit those levels. And that will be a very bullish thing for the markets, of course. So things are looking pretty good, but there are some signs you really want to keep an eye on. For now, that was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X and to join my free Telegram alpha group, because I'm literally sharing my trades here live, news here live, exclusive trades of course, and also some exclusive alpha coins. So please make sure to follow it to never miss a move again. It's completely free. And please make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel and like this video if you love those daily update videos. And I will see you tomorrow by a brand new video.